Okay, this is Vance, and I'm putting on a trade right here. I don't think I might have missed it. 3 contracts. I'm trying to limit in at the top of this range, tight trading range. I think we're going to break out going higher. So this is really, this is at the top of this range. I think it's going to go higher, so I'm going to put 3 contracts on here. My sell got filled. I'm looking at 2 contracts off at 15 ticks, so it's going to be at 75. I'll just put this up here and I'll tell you why I did this. Okay, the reason I got into this trade in the first place is that here I had a determinant of a tight trading range right here. And really it was first entry and really kind of a second entry right down here. But when price sprung out of here, it assaulted, got near this. This was the high right here, high of the day. We had already been up here, touched it once, touched it twice, came back down here twice, first time, actually second and third time. So I thought there was a support here. I didn't get it on this trade, but when it got to the top of this range, we've had this slight pullback. And I think that now we're looking at maybe a measured move, not only from here, okay, which will give us enough room to get your 15 ticks off. Right to here. And so here's the 15 ticks right here. It's pretty close. But more importantly, I think it's kind of like a move up from here. And I think that this is just the measured move from this area. And I think we're going to go, this is like a bigger move. The first pullback and really the second pullback almost retested this area here. So if you look at this extension, right across here, I think it's support right there. Okay, so now we're in the process. I mean, it's kind of like it's a little dicey up here. I mean, the fact of the matter is I'm still ahead on this trade a little bit, and so I'm looking at like if we have this is going to act. This is what's formerly acting as resistance will knock to support, and if you look at the first, this is yesterday's or Friday's. This is the previous day's high. So I think there's room to get out there. We're just at the top of this level, so I'm going to let it go. And as I said, I'm looking at my first 2 contracts off at 75, break even plus 1 after that, and we'll go from there. So my stop loop should be 45. Okay, a little bit of overlap here. We've had this first pullback, done this area. It's having trouble getting above this this 93.16 area, a 93.60 area. I still like this trade. I'm going to still stick with it. The reason is that let's see how this trade closes out. Let's see how this bar closes out. If it closes out too deep, I might consider tightening it, but I think I'm down low enough. And I think that these, I think it's just absorbing the shorts at this top. You can see there's probably shorts here, came back, some absorption. It was a quick move down here, and now I think there's absorption again. So I think the buyers are looking at taking control, but it's got to be from outside, like outside source or outside agency will have to step in, and to other buyers will step in to the market, or it could be other sellers. But I think it's more like more buying pressure on the upside at this point. If I didn't think it was buying pressure or the potential for more buying pressure than selling pressure at this level, I wouldn't put it on the trade. Okay, we've got the first 2 contracts are off, and I'm letting this one run. I've got move my stop to break even plus 1, and I'm looking at $94 area. I think that's a reasonable area. If price breaks up, this is where the second level is. So, but then again, I mean, I look at it from the perspective of this is another move up here, first move back, first move back, second move back, and so maybe at this area. So it might be a little bit lower than that. It might be just below 94. But I'll see how price gets up here. I'm getting awfully close to getting my stop hit. I'm only at 61 ticks. So this is kind of punched up and is pulling back. So my stop might be taken out before it gets a chance because it's break-even plus 1. So I'm going to wait and see. I'm still confident. Confident. I wouldn't put a new trade on here, but certainly I'm going to leave this one the way it is for the time being. I mean, it's only a couple of ticks away. Might get taken out because on this pullback. But hopefully not, but it's a free trade anyway. So I just let it go. Okay, I got taken out. The stop came back, took me down at 61. Just a bit of a pullback. So, here's this. This is really top of the range. So it's really at the bottom of the range, the bottom of this new range, but close to it. So I mean, it's really your stop should be below the last most recent price action. So even though I got my first 15 ticks out, it came back and it took me out at break even +1. Looking at getting any other trades, I mean, is this measured move still valid? Well, it could be. But because we've got this overlap here, I really have to wait and see. I want to see if price comes back down, retests this area right here. Now, one other thing I should talk about is that this may be the beginning of a much wider range, coming up here like this. And let's copy this and move this over like so. So if we look at it like this, and this could be the top of this range. Might be a little bit wider. It could be more like this, but there's the most touches are right here. We've got this touch through this area and this touch here. Or what it could also be is that maybe a two-tiered range. Here's the first range right here, and then if we look at a second tier or a second gap somewhere in this neighborhood like this, so you can see that maybe we're going to be retesting this area, and you could say that this is your first length, and this is maybe the second right about here. I'd say we're both there like that. Almost a second move, it's the same move here, like so, and maybe this area right here. So, it's depending on how price reacts to this area, I might be looking at going long again down here. That's what I would, if you can get a limit in down near these levels, it would be something to consider. Anyways, I've got the first half of that, the first part of the contract off. I'll take a look at it from this perspective. Might put another trade on at this point. Don't really know at this point in time. So that's it for now. If you have any questions, please let me know. This is Vance. Bye for now. Okay, this is Vance, and this is still Monday, September the 29th, 2014. Put another trade on here. Now, what we like about this trade is that it's dipped down here, and I'm going to buy a limit order, 3 contracts. I don't know if I'll be able to get filled on this. I'm going to move it up a bit right there. So as long as my stop is below, okay, I'm filled. Put my stop right at 15 ticks below this area, below this most recent price action. So price has come down here, and I think this is the bottom of this tight trading range. There's enough room for me to get out here. So I'm at 56. My stop's at 41. And my first 2 contracts are going to be off at 71. So I'm going to put right here before this. And I'm going to try, this is the measure moves get a little bit lower, I guess, because of this. And I can say that this is this measured move from up here, top of this range, but I'll see how it goes. I mean, I'll put up to here, for this move, but I'm worried about my first 2 contracts first. I'll put my other ones, maybe testing this right here. But as price gets up here, I'll see how it goes, if it gets up to that area. So I like this. It's off the bottom of this channel right here. It looks like support in this area. We had this test down, and it came right out of here, so it's pretty bullish at this point in time. My first 2 contracts is below the daily high, so we'll see how that works out. And if it comes back down here, my stop is below this area right here. It's right on this line, just below this, so you can see that there's enough room for me to get out. So I'm looking at that first 2 contracts off right at 71. It's already tested there. This is really kind of the top of the range. Let me just show that. I'll just say. So this is really like, if you look at this top of the range is right here, very close to that. Maybe 1 tick above that. Close enough. But there's room to get out. So I'm going to leave it the way it is. And move this out so you can see it. Move this a little bit bigger maybe. So the price action is a little more evident. There you go. And that's it. You see there's rejection down here. Price came down here and didn't stay. Pulled out of there right away. So it's pretty strong buying. Again, there's resistance across these tops here, and so I'm at 71. You know, it's at 56, so it's not quite at the double tops. It's a little bit. So you might get some resistance right across this 65 area, so 10 ticks out. But I think it's got enough momentum. You can see that price is down here, and I think it's moving its way up. So I think it's going to continue to go up, and I think this. I think that's reasonable to assume that we'll probably make an assault sometime today on this other. On the Friday night's high, previous Friday night's high, if we can hold this area right here. But remains to be seen. Probably need to hold this area, this right across here. So looking at 65, that's where we need to kind of break through and hold. Might be enough room to get up there, and it might turn back, but 9 ticks out. But we'll see how it goes, and leave it for that. If you're familiar with candlestick math, I mean, we've had this pullback down here. This is really, we had this big candle up, we had this pullback down to here, kind of moved up to here, and now we're pulled back here. So there's a green candle up to this area. It's been pulled back, and so like a hesitation. So I'm looking for another move of the magnitude of this green candle here. And you could even argue that this candle to the daily high. So up to here, we have this pullback, and that could very well be up to this level right to here. So above, looking at salt maybe of 94, using candlestick math. Okay, first 2 contracts are off. Going to move this to break even +1. So ideally I'm looking at this area right here near the daily high, which will give me from 56, it'll be 30 ticks, and then see that. I'll have to get over this area. Well, the price will have to get above this 75 mark roughly, or 93.75, and hold above there for the price to go higher. So if it breaks through here and holds, I'll probably tighten up my stop a little bit, then go and then see if I can see if price will head up that much higher. So I'm just going to take a look at it. Leave it for the time being. As I said, this is another 2. I got my first 2 contracts off. 15 ticks minus commission, of course. So that's good. And then I had another one right here. So it's in this little range, trying to play this range. I had 2 trades where I've got the first 2/3 of the contracts off. Looking for a breakout. I think there's a breakout going to be happening. But you can't really trade the breakouts. I did on this one, because it was trade taking long. It's kind of like, and again, a breakout from back here, but now it's established another tight trading range. So again, it just seems to be moving. Prices seem to be moving up a little bit higher, despite the fact that the Asian market's off and the U.S. market's off. So I guess maybe this price is moving independent of those markets for the time being. Now we're bumping up against this top right here. You can see this area. Let's mark it out. It's right here. You can see kind of bumped it, came back down here. So whether price kind of heads up now, we'll have to see. But I'm looking at it going this direction. As you can see, we're 16 ticks ahead right here. It's really gaining resistance here, and it stands to reason because we've had this area, this element. We've had these 2 elements right here. Not only, if you look at right across here, maybe some resistance, but here we have price bumping up against here, and again right here with this kind of this intermediate line down here, but the lowest line down here where the entry was. So it only stands to reason that we had these kind of pullbacks, but again, support at the EMA, support on this bottom trend channel, and what was formerly resistance may now be developing support. But it only, again, right up here we have a bunch of probably resonant safety stops for selling, expecting prices to go lower. And if this is overcome, then we'll have prices move higher. But that's just speculation at this point. I might go. My first 2 contracts are off, and I'm sitting here with a break-even +1, so it's a free position. I think they can get to close to this area and perhaps even 94, but at least to the other side of this channel. And as we're speaking, you see prices kind of bumping up there. Okay, let's go up there. Here we go. Move it up. Couple more ticks. Okay, come on. Come on, buyers. Just step up there. The thing is that if price comes up here and takes this stop out, we're above these other stops here, and we might get another jump up to this area, 94.10. It might look to test the other side of this channel. I mean, there's two ways you can do it. You either pull your target down, or you can move your stop up. And if I move, it's at 83, so if I move my stop up to, there we go. All right, that's it. So we've got my 30 ticks and bumped up there, just kind of shot through. You can see that wherever the sellers were or the safety stops were taken, and that might be the idea that we might go with another high. So we're very close to this top, you can see. It might go even higher, but I'm out of the trade. So that's it for now. See another demonstration trade. This is Vance. I'll kind of put this up as quickly as possible. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.